In a small, quiet town surrounded by tall, misty mountains lived a 20-year-old young man named Leo. His heart was full of big dreams. He wanted to own a chain of restaurants and lift his struggling family out of poverty. His father, Mark, worked as a mechanic, and his mother, Claire, cleaned houses to make ends meet. His little sister, Sophie, adored him and believed he could do anything. One cold night, Leo sat outside under the glittering stars and whispered to himself, "I want to give my family a better life. But where do I start when we barely have enough to survive?" The next morning, Leo shared his dreams with his father. Mark listened quietly, then said, "Dreams aren't free, son. If you want something, you have to fight for it. Start small. Start with what you have." Those words echoed in Leo's mind. He realized that if he waited for the perfect moment, it might never come. Leo noticed that people in his town loved fresh bread, but the nearest bakery was far away. That's when the idea struck. He could sell bread locally. But there was one problem. He had no money to buy it. So Leo walked miles to meet Mr. Anderson, the grumpy owner of a distant bakery. "Mr. Anderson," he said, "let me sell your bread in my town. I can't pay you up front, but I'll return your money in a week and keep a small profit." Mr. Anderson studied him for a moment and replied, "All right, boy. You have 1 week. Don't fail me." Early the next morning, Leo carried the bread home and set up a small stand near the park. "Fresh bread! Warm and delicious," he called out with a big smile. At first, no one trusted him, but after offering free samples, people began to gather, and soon every loaf was sold. That evening, Leo proudly returned to Mr. Anderson with the payment. The old man nodded and said, "You kept your word. Come back tomorrow." After weeks of selling bread, Leo wanted to bake his own, but he didn't know how, so he asked Mr. Anderson to teach him. "Why should I teach you? You'll stop buying from me," the old man grumbled. Leo smiled, "Because I'll never forget the man who gave me my first chance." Mr. Anderson finally agreed. Every morning at 3 a.m., Leo learned how to knead, mix, and bake. It was exhausting, but he refused to give up. Each mistake taught him something new. After weeks of hard work, Leo finally baked the perfect loaf. Soon, his family helped him sell not only bread, but cookies and pastries too. The town loved it. With his savings, Leo opened a small shop, Leo's Fresh Bakes. His mother managed the accounts, and little Sophie greeted customers. The bakery became a warm, joyful place where dreams smelled like fresh bread. Just as things were going well, a new bakery opened nearby. It was fancy and colorful, owned by a young man named Eric. People flocked there out of curiosity. Leo's sales dropped, but instead of giving up, he improved, painted his cart, decorated his cakes, and offered free samples again. Slowly, customers returned. One stormy night, as Leo was closing the shop, he smelled smoke. A small fire had started near the oven. He put it out, but much of his equipment was destroyed. The next day, people gathered in concern. Some doubted he could recover, but Leo stood tall. "This is just another challenge," he said. "I've started from nothing before." Leo asked Mr. Anderson for advice. The retired baker smiled. "You already know the answer, Leo. Nothing is free. Work harder, believe in yourself, and others will too." Leo started baking again from home. The townspeople noticed his effort. They donated ingredients, money, and time. Together, they rebuilt his bakery. Months later, Leo reopened his bakery, bigger, brighter, and more beautiful than ever. The mayor cut the ribbon and said, "Leo, you've shown us all that with determination. Anything is possible." Leo smiled at the crowd and said, "Nothing in life is free. Not success, not respect, not love. Everything must be earned with hard work, patience, and persistence." Leo's bakery became more than a shop. It became a symbol of hope. People traveled from other towns just to meet the young man who never gave up. His story reminds us all, dreams are not free. They demand effort and sacrifice. Failure is not the end. It's a lesson. Help yourself first, and others will help you too. Never give up. Success often comes right after the hardest times. Nothing is free. But everything is possible.